See everybody talking like they doing what we doing, but these brothers is rare, they ain't moving like we moving. And everywhere we go, when we walking, women choosing. Don't hate, it's alright. So don't hate, it's alright. So don't hate. What up, though?
So don't hate. It's all right.
Yeah.
So don't hate.
Yeah.
It's all right.
You know what I'm talking about?
No need to hate. It's okay. No need.
It's all right, baby. What's a good word, Brother Butler?
Hey, man, what's going on, good man?
You know me, man. Lucky enough to have a few problems.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, man, it's a lot going on, and I'm pretty sure it's the same way. We've talked about this before, man. Life is a constant series of good things that are going on and not so good things that are going on. You know, it's like the stock market, man. It's like seasons. It's up and downs, comes and goes. But let's just make the better ones more memorable than the lower ones. You know what I mean? So it's just a constant series of those, man. Yet I stand thankful and grateful. You know? Yeah, man. Hey, man, bro, I'm just going. We made, what up, bro? What's up with your two? Let me say this first, bro.
Go ahead. Where we starting?
The most important thing we should think about when it comes to politics, in my opinion, is our local governments, like our city, extended out to our state, extended out to our county, and then extended out to the state, wherever you are. I think those are the most important elections you should pay attention to. Who are your police chiefs? Who are your county sheriffs? Who are your city managers, your mayors? Leading out to state.
Is this a statement or a preface? What's happening right now?
This is an opinion.
Okay, I just didn't know if you was prefacing before.
No, this is it is a preface.
Okay.
It is. This is it is. So I would think those are the most important things to do. However, I would be interested to get your take, and especially our viewers. We really appreciate y'all getting in the comment section, man, and staying active. and I'm gonna ask this question, but then I'm gonna do something, Knox, because we gotta acknowledge, AC ain't in the building.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out.
You know what I mean? And she normally goes in and says hello to everyone, and make sure that they like, share, and subscribe to our channels. She gives a shout out to the BS3 Network. She lets you know that it's Wonderful Wednesday. Is it Wednesday yet? That's what they're watching. She does all those good things. So that was me doing that to try to fill in. So, but definitely get active in our comment section. Definitely let us know what you think and how you're feeling. But my question is, and I'll get to that. Man, what do you think about your presidential nominees, man? What's the real what do you think after the first debate? I gotta say that it's the first. So, what are your comments,
Butler? You know that I'm a pretty transparent person.
Are you now?
I try my best to.
I'm a little afraid, but I'm gonna go with you.
Here's the thing, Butler.
Y'all see me sitting back.
Here's my question. right? Here's my question to you.
To me, I just
Yeah,
asked you a question
I know, but here's my question to you. I
because
want to
that's
see if
what
you
you
take
would have
this
said
bait.
to me.
I want to
All
see
right, let's
if you
go,
take
man.
this bait. What babysitter would you rather have?
Come on.
Would you rather have like the babysitter who might fall asleep and then your kids is gonna run amok as soon as she do? Or would you rather have the babysitter who is gonna sneak company into your house as soon as the kids go to sleep? Which babysitter do you prefer, Butler?
My answer is I prefer neither.
I know you don't, but obviously that's not our options, right? So we got two choices. We either get the babysitter who's
I,
gonna go to sleep on watch, or you're gonna get the babysitter who might do a prono on your inside ring camera because they don't know they
man, it's
being filmed.
that's and I'm gonna keep it funky, man.
Please do.
I don't like the question because you put me
In a lose-lose situation.
bro.
Well, I mean, come
That is
on.
absolute. Every decision I make is an irresponsible ass one. Do you hear me? It
Yeah.
gets no more irresponsible. But I love you posed it because I feel like it holds up a mirror. Like these are the choices you have, and you're gonna pick one. If you pick either of them and you don't figure out how to come up with a different solution in the scenario you painted as a babysitter, you would definitely go get a different babysitter. You would not hire either one of them if you're just a baseline common sense having individual.
I mean, but we got free tickets to the Kendrick Lamar show. It's last minute. We going. We going. These are our options at babysitter. Who you going with?
Dang.
Man, you almost destroyed my laptop. I'm gonna send you the bill.
You got my sciatica acting up, bro. You see me squirming. The people like, he's on a pod. Does he not know I can't help you, y'all?
Listen, I'm just curious.
What we gonna do with that? What am I, man? You can't. It's like you try to force me to be like I need to think like a retarded person, and I can't.
First of all, I don't even know what that means. I'm not even going. I don't even know what that means.
Okay.
What I'm saying to you is that I feel like sometimes in life you gotta make a risky choice.
You say risky.
You do.
Okay, so
right, like everything ain't roulette. Sometimes you gotta pick a number.
And now I'm even more upset because the choice I would have to make that if you're giving me this Russian roulette ass scenario, the choice I would have to make is not the choice I want to make. It's going to give the wrong it's going to give the wrong impression because I'd want to have so let's talk this out. Okay, I got to have more information. How old are my children that are being babysat?
Listen, man, we can do this all night. Hey,
how old are my children that are being babysat?
Teenagers. I'm just
13, 16.
Yeah, hey, sure. Yep.
He said all of them.
All of them. Whatever works. You got kids.
The one that will sneak somebody in or the one that would fall asleep. Is it guaranteed they'll fall asleep? Is it guaranteed
it's guaranteed they're going to sleep. It's guaranteed they sneaking somebody in. These are guarantees. As soon as the kids go to sleep, it's action.
Boom. I'm picking the one that will go to sleep.
Okay. That means that your kids get to do whatever it is they want to do.
They're going to do what I've taught them to do.
I mean, possibly. Or they're going to go.
I feel like I would have.
She going to be asleep by 11. Your kid, you know, you got
Hold
smart
on,
kids.
hold
Your
on.
kids might be taking the over under, making
Now
beds.
listen, I don't want to come across as naive like children do everything their parents do. They're gonna test the line in the water. But I feel like I would have instilled enough that there were lines they would not cross, and they'll survive a night of
Do
being
you,
able to sneak out or do something.
do you
And
think
then
that?
at the end of the day, there's always risks. But when you invite something in, you're guaranteed that something is going to influence your children and can get to them. I'd rather take the chances that they would follow some of the precepts and the knowledge and the warnings and the values and principles that I've instilled in them, and that they would manage having free time better than having a unknown entity and influence brought into their environment and into their space,
So
because
what?
that's far more reckless in my sense.
Who's sneakier, you or your children?
Me.
Okay, well that's the way it should be.
Yeah,
That's
I
the way.
done it first.
No, well, but that don't mean you done it better.
I didn't do, man, look,
No.
I
Listen.
didn't
We no
seen it
no need
and
to no need to
done
have
it
a
all
conversation about
to
it.
the fullest, to the fullest.
Mm-hmm.
I just had to quote
Amen.
Melvin, my
Amen to
baby
that.
boy.
Oh, listen. Amen. Amen to that. I don't have no problem with what you're saying. I was just curious what angle you was gonna go, if you
Yeah,
even was gonna think about it.
yeah.
So
I'm much.
even I'm talking about all your children. For sure, you're
See,
sneakier than
now
all
see,
your
you be
children.
trying to drag me out into the. Why you be trying to guide me into the dark forest of death?
I'm just
I
asking
refuse
you.
to let me go.
I'm saying
So
I know you have children who are less sneaky than you, but you don't have no children who might be more sneaky than you. None of them. We ain't naming no names. I'm just curious.
more sneaky than me?
Hmm.
No, ain't none of them topped me yet.
Okay.
They
Listen, no,
tried
that's a great thing. That's a great place to be in life.
sneaky. If we're talking about sneaky, no, no, not sneaky. But have they
Were you sneaky as a
have they
teenager?
bro, what you not finna do? This is what we not gonna do. But
I'm
I'm just
saying is
I think
sneaky.
you think it's cute, but
It's
it's not.
sneaky. No, I'm just asking. Is sneaky like a legit, like, is that a legit description? Like, would you even say, you were sneaky, or were you a typical teenager? You know what I'm saying?
I don't think I was a typical teenager. I think I did what most teenagers would do. I think I drew a few lines. No, in some spaces, I didn't go in the directions of the typical teenager. Some places, I went way further than a typical teenager would go.
Yeah.
And that's
If you'd have told me as a teenager I could fly, I would have believed you for sure.
that I could fly.
Like that I could fly. Somebody was like, dude, you could fly. I'm like, you know what? You might be right, because let me tell you.
You got to unpack that.
like
What
like
do you
me
mean?
like meaning that
You were not that. If nobody could, I don't think you were easily influenced as a
no,
teenager.
not a follower, but definitely a doer.
Gullible.
Not gullible, but I'm saying a doer. Like, if it make, like, if you tell me the plan and I can calculate it and it makes sense, I might do it.
I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? I like, to me, I always felt like my biggest some of the gift and the curses, like, you know how you say double side coin. Like, I really felt like I dealt with a lot of people who wanted what was best for me. They just truly didn't know how to get there.
I
Right. Like,
got you.
when I was, young and everything was music, I always was somebody who was surrounded by people who wanted to help me achieve my goals. You know what I'm saying? I was fortunate enough.
Yeah.
Even though, you don't know till hindsight, but we didn't have a whole lot of business acumen depending on what stage of life we were at.
Right. Right.
But I'm saying, like, there were people who was like, nah, we could do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember my homeboy PAT, rest in peace to my homeboy Pat. But my man PAT was like the first person, like, to really have a conversation with me about image. right? Like one day, like my car was down at the time, and I was taking the bus to work, and he pulled up on me on the bus stop. He was like, "Where are you going?" And I'm like, "Work." He like, "Get in," and I get in the car, and I was probably about 10, 12, 15 minutes from work because I work downtown. He like, "Hey man, you can't be on a bus." He was like, it don't go along with what we trying to do. So he like, if you need to ride to work, call me.
God.
You know what I'm saying?
He
Like,
was like,
call
if you
me.
with me, your perception
Just just
carries some weight.
he just like, man, we can't, we don't want people to have that one up on you and see you out here on the bus.
And that's a reality of life. Yeah, that was a
So
good call from
no,
on by PAT.
it was a great call because I was the type of person where I would have never asked nobody for a ride to work. You know what I'm
I
saying?
hear
That's
you.
just who I was as a person. So he was like, man, even if I gotta make you a little late, or even if you gotta go a little early,
Early. This what we gonna do.
but
We not
bang,
getting on no bus.
can't
I
do it,
got you.
dog. Can't have people see you. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
Um, so that's why, I'm just curious to know, if you
But
felt. Go
but let
ahead, go
me.
ahead.
But now you made you said a huge thing when you were talking about if someone would told me I could fly, to be like, yeah. Um, and I think you're alluding to there were things you wanted to achieve that other people they wanted to help you, but maybe they didn't have the vision you had, or they may have seen limitations where you just didn't see limitations.
Well, for I just think when I say, like, if you would have told me I could fly, I would have believed you. Meaning, like, I don't think there was the 16 to 26-year-old me. I don't think there's anything I couldn't have accomplished. Like,
I got you.
that's
I
how I
feel you.
ran around in life.
I
Like,
feel you. I feel you.
you
So
know,
I was saying that to say, um, it was a great a successful businessman, right? And he achieved some things that were let's just say um impressive. So he's being interviewed, and they was like, "Hey, man, this what you have created and how you built this, and you really ruffled some feathers and went against the grain. What was the greatest thing that helped you achieve this great accomplishment?" And he almost cut him off as he's asking the question. He says, "Ignorance, clear ignorance."
mm,
He said, he said, "I had no idea that I couldn't do it. If I had have accepted, or someone had came and shown me these are the difficulties and it couldn't be done, I probably wouldn't. But I didn't know that it could not be done, so I went and did it. So what I saw, what I dreamt, if if someone had have stopped me from believing that I could, if I dreamt of thing, if I visualized something that I couldn't go get it, it may have spoiled it. But it was like ignorance. I thought if I dreamt it and I envisioned it, then it could be done. And I went out and did things that weren't typically done, operated in ways that weren't typically accepted, took risks that weren't typically taken, and was able to accomplish something that had never been accomplished before.
mm.
And so, in that, I think that mindset that you just kind of mentioned, and that's just a little tidbit, man. If you know, and I think people have said it before, if you want something you never had before, you have to do things that you've never done before. And most importantly, I think they leave this out. You have to do things in a way that they've never been done before.
you know, random, completely random. I have a question for you. Does it really make more sense that we get Thursday and Friday reserved for holidays for Thanksgiving, but you only get one day for July 4th, if that's supposed to really be the Independence Day of America? Does that really make sense? Like, does it really make sense that the holiday we created to sell turkeys, why does that get 2 days?
Because I'm gonna go logical on you.
Go with me.
People travel more often on that holiday
Then July 4th?
than July 4th. July 4th is maybe go out in the local area you are, go to the
Oh, you
fireworks
mean travel like over the
to
road
go.
travel?
Yeah, they travel. Yeah, they travel over the road to like go to family, gives an opportunity for family to come to you. You go to family, and so you get an extra day. You get more time.
I don't think you need 2 days for Thanksgiving.
Man, this is all subjective, brother. It's some that celebrate. It's some people don't even celebrate Thanksgiving.
Like if you
I
could swap out,
Man, like, listen, bro. Go ahead. No,
like if
if you could
somebody
swap,
was like, "Hey,
like if you could
we
swap
go
out
we
what?
we gonna just make Thanksgiving one day. Where should we put the other day?
Oh,
Where would you
hold on,
put it?"
hold on. We got answers to your question.
Oh, okay.
Your lifestyle, it says, because it's gearing you up to spend your money.
Now that fourth quarter spend your money is a real thing
That
for
fourth
sure.
quarter, yeah.
The fourth quarter spend your money, then go spend it again in December, and then we're gonna spend it again the last day of the year, and then we all gonna figure out how we gonna pay our rent on the second and third of January.
Your lifestyle, it says, they want
See,
all your holiday
you
funds.
you come on with it. You right. I agree. Your lifestylists, they do. So if you could take that day, that Black Friday, and you could attach it to whatever holiday you wanted to, which one would you do?
No, I'm gonna answer your questions. Ryan McCarthy, my good sir. It's good to see you in the building, man. Thank you
Is
for
that
coming
like
into.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt? Is that what you mean? FDR, Black Friday, FDR? I
He
need to know.
says, Happy Wednesday, fellas. He says, I can sum up Black Friday in 3 simple letters. FDR.
I need to know if that's what we talking about. We talking about Delano? Because when people say FDR, I think Delano.
Mm-hmm.
How come it ain't more Delanos? I feel like that was a slick middle name. Black or white? Delano. No? Eric Delano Butler.
I
No.
mean, it would ride.
You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
It would
Delano.
ride.
Delano.
And to confirm, Mr.
See,
McCarthy says
FDR. I need him
Franklin
to. I
Delano
need him to
Roosevelt.
unpack that. So what are we talking about here? Because when I
Um,
when I think
I think he instilled that day because I think he was a part of getting the economy turned around. You know what I mean?
okay,
So there was a lot of governmental programs and initiatives to turn the
I,
economy
I
around.
had heard that the original name came from like the slave auction. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I had
Man,
heard.
he's probably black, man. He don't tell
No,
you,
I'm
man.
saying like that black. That's what Black Friday was. Like that was a big day where like slaves got moved on the
Oh, maybe. Oh, hold on.
credit lady. What we
Hey,
got?
credit lady. Credit. Hold on. Credit lady ain't never had no picture before.
Yes, she has. You just don't be paying attention.
Uh,
Slow
yeah.
down, Butler.
No, no,
Jeez,
you're not
little,
finna.
jeez,
No,
little
you're not finna do
bleed.
that. You're not about to do that.
You,
I need you to stop. Do not pass go.
we
Do
want to
not
put you
collect
on the
200.
choke chain,
So
Butler.
let me say,
Hey
man,
man,
I
come on.
highlight. Listen, credit lady, come on. I had never seen a picture, and there's a picture. I was like, man, hold up, credit lady ain't never had a picture before,
Credit
so she
lady.
upgrading her
She
profile. I'm
she
God, now
definitely done had a
I
picture
can't even.
before.
Man, see, you like to take things to the
Yeah, I,
to the
I be doing
Arctic.
too much.
Anyway,
I be doing too much.
hello, Danielle. Danielle says one holiday is always on a Thursday. Oh, okay. She says so most people are going to take off or call in on Friday the next day. Whereas the other holiday, 7/4, could be any day of the week. So you just get that day off. Boom.
Right.
She brought
So this,
logic
but
and
this is what I'm saying, right? So I'm saying if we could move that second day, where would you put it? Like, would you put it on the Friday before, like
so you
Labor
saying
Day?
the 2 day holiday. If you could move it, which holiday would you move it to?
Yeah, like if you could just slide that day to
Man,
another
damn,
day, would you
man,
slide it
I
to
don't,
another day?
man, I don't care about none of these holidays.
No, no.
None of them.
You know why? Because you in that new work from home, remote life, so every day is the same to you. You don't have no real
Now,
appreciation for
what you're
holidays.
not finna do is just
You don't have no
minimize the
real
work in which
appreciation for
I do.
holidays. No, I'm
But
not
now
minimizing.
yes, it
No,
is. It's
no,
like you
but
don't care
no,
about what
no,
days you have
no,
off. I
no,
do. I work.
no. See, that's not what I'm saying.
That's what
But
it
what?
felt. That's what.
No,
Hey, it's
no.
what you
Listen.
said. That's how I received it, and how I receive it is what matters. That's what communication is. I don't care what your intent was. I know what came across. Mr. Ryan McCarthy said Delano was the maiden name of Franklin Roosevelt's mother.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So he took on, man, I don't know. That's a whole different conversation. Your lifestyle says a personal day for myself. Holidays are made up by them.
See, all I'm saying is, right?
There
Why
you
don't they
go.
just give
She
us?
said a holiday for myself. It's your lifestylist day. Happy your lifestylist
You
day.
don't get that 9 times a year though. It's like 9 federal holidays. You can't just. You get your birthday.
I just said I don't care about none of. I don't care about none of them holidays. I mean, Juneteenth either got a little taint to it. We celebrating getting told something late. About something that was horrible. We should have been going through in the first day place. But nevertheless, that's all, you know.
I think you know what trips me out.
See.
Oh, see, you know what? You know what? You know what? This is just why you don't support your people sometimes. Because they will stab you in the back. You know what I'm saying? This is all I'm saying.
Man, my sciatica, bro. Chill out, man.
Who made the song called Backstabbers? Hey man, I'm just saying, man. You see,
no, man.
No, man. She didn't.
She was just saying. I was
good.
I was just.
She come back, make me a liar.
What you was doing? What?
I said, I'm sitting here talking about she been had a picture up, man. She look good. And then she come back and make a lie out of me. You know what I'm saying? Hold you down, you make a fool out of you. You know what I mean? Fool me twice.
Your lifestyle says, I don't know, joking just about kidding. Your about happy lifestylers day. I vote for it.
Well, listen, I think
better than the ones we got going on now because all of them money sucks. I mean, even because
how much you care about your own birthday? Yeah.
No, man, I'm really beginning to like not really man, because I'm in a world that operates by time. That's cool, but I don't have to accept the timetables on my birthday, and it doesn't matter.
So it doesn't. Is it a day that you feel like you need to do something, be festive, be around your people? Is it a day it don't matter what you do? How you feel about your birthday?
I mean, I'm cool. I mean, I don't really have to do much, man. And you know, I don't know if that's a trauma thing, man, because you know, I live with so many different people through those years when you're young and you see other people celebrating their birthday, like the ones that truly got celebrated throughout my life. I just, it's a couple of them I remember. And then, you know, you grow up fast and it's like, you know, it's just a day, you know, you got things to do, places to go. When it's celebrated, I appreciate it. I'm honored by anybody acknowledging me on that day or acknowledging that day. But, you know, the construct of time, man, I try to steal as much of it back. That's why I look as good as I look at the age that I am. It's because I don't accept it.
Come on with it.
I said it out loud. I know you want to say something. Say something.
Hey, man, I don't have no problem.
Say something.
Loving on yourself. Go ahead. You know what I mean?
Because if I don't love me,
so
then nobody.
Ladies, Butler is telling you he don't celebrate his birthday. He lonely. If you want to make him a cake, make him a
no, man. I'm off that narcotic, man. Don't bring me some fruit. You know what I'm
see?
saying? Some
So, ladies,
fruit,
if you want to bring
a fruit bouquet, a
or
fruit,
a nice
just
charcuterie,
a bowl of fruit.
a nice charcuterie, you know what I'm saying? You appreciate nice little charcuterie, you know what I'm saying?
That'll work.
Yeah,
Yeah, with
see?
some fruit and some lean turkey, salmon, sliced smoked salmon.
Don't nobody say the L in salmon, but
You're right, salmon. I just had this conversation. I don't know why I do it.
yeah, I mean, listen, it's just who you been your whole life.
I guess, man. I guess.
Just who you been your whole life.
Salmon. The L is silent. Anyway.
There we go.
So hold on. Credit Lady said in Scott's defense, he used that pic from my social media.
He's used to. He's used to
the pic from my social media page.
So that's where it was. That's what it was. I see.
Yeah.
I know I seen it. Man,
she the credit lady, and she's definitely a businesswoman because she came right back around and just saved that one. I mean,
listen,
no gold 10 or nothing. She just pulled you right on back in.
Hold your boy down. That's all I'm saying. Hold your boy down. You know what I mean?
still feel vindicated, but then you do too, man. When you can, bro, I'm telling you, man, the business chops on that one. Your lifestyle is there, self-love, absolutely.
You know what? I feel like
if you don't,
we should be able to have a day. Hey, let me ask y'all this. I know this is
go ahead.
It's not popular, but I have to ask it. Butler, can I say before I say this that this is no way in a mockery of anything? I just have to ask this question. Seriously.
I feel like it's going soon as you get a precursor, then that means that's what's gonna happen.
Have you ever known anybody like who lose grandparents every time they change a job?
What do you mean?
Like people who use their bereavement every time they change a job. Like if I have 5 jobs, my grandparents die at all my jobs, so I get them 3 days off.
I've never experienced anything like that or know anything about it.
So I'm not gonna say who, but I do know somebody who's used their bereavement at every job they've been at.
Before they left?
I'm saying like their grandparents die at every job.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Because I'm gonna tell you, that's sad. Well, I'm in a sensitive, biased place right now, so I don't really know how to.
But I'm just saying, like, even if it is a parent, whatever, anybody, relative,
like I think there's power in your words that you speak, the things that you put out in the universe, and I just think it's really jacked up. I want to say a different word because I want some real emphasis on that to do that. You know what I mean?
So you think that? Well, because my question to you is this, right? Why does somebody have to pass for you to give me them 3 days off?
And nobody has to pass. You can just take those 3 days off.
But you're not gonna give them to me. You're gonna make me take them from another pot.
That's the game. That's the rules that are set in the game in which we're playing.
Right.
You don't like them. Find another game to play.
So you saying that you don't like for somebody to utilize.
I don't like
that way.
Nah, I feel it. I mean, at the end of the day, it don't matter what I think. I'm just giving you my honest opinion on it. You see what I'm saying?
Like if we worked together and we was going to a bachelor party, but you found out I got my 3 days off for bereavement, would that make you think less of me?
Like, bro, how you get them days, man? I told him my granddaddy died, man.
Like I don't got no vacation days, but I'm here. I'm with you. You like, fam, how you get these days off? And you like, shit, tell him Big Mama died.
Say. I'm gonna tell you what I would do. I'd be like, bruh, man, don't be doing that, man, and say everything that I just said previously. I'd be like, bro, you can't speak that on Man, don't be putting that out there. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that, man.
I was just
Especially
curious.
if she ain't gone yet.
Bro, I was just, but what I'm saying is, right, like a lot of jobs will tell you who you can and who you can't claim. So, like, if you don't have those people in your family, why can't you use them for bereavement? If a job will give you 3 days off for your uncle, but you ain't got enough. Look, and Big Mama died 15. Your life, see, your lifestylist know exactly what I'm saying. She know exactly where we are in this situation. I'm okay. I'm just curious, brother. If you ever,
Nah, I hadn't known anybody who's done that.
well,
And
you
then
didn't
I
know
don't think
you didn't know of it when it happened, but I'm sure
and I'm
somebody has
pretty,
done
and
it
I'm
at
just
some
saying
point in
it might
time.
have been used. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they just couldn't tell you because you got a golden soul. Can't nobody do You got a golden soul, so we gotta watch
Did
what
you
we
just
say.
call my soul golden?
I just want.
Bro,
I'm just saying.
did you just call my soul
like Dusty Rhodes,
golden?
like Dusty Rhodes.
Man, that was the nicest diss I've ever received. I've received.
I'm just saying.
You try to call me a goody two shoes, but
You
with the
know,
nicest, you golden soul,
golden
summer gun,
soul.
you
You too
golden,
nice.
you golden soul, summer gun.
Yeah, listen. You like, we can't take you nowhere because you'll be. Hey, y'all, come out. We caught.
You know what? I take it, brother. When I was in college, they was like, man, Butler, man, why you don't sag? Why you don't do this? I mean, I got attacked on a few fronts. But at the end of the day, they want me to go with them because they know I get down, but I stay sober. Eric is the designated driver. Eric will be the eyes and the ears, so we can just be relaxed. That was just, I think I took it on.
Would you have considered yourself square?
Oval.
I mean, because we understand that you were
Oval.
stud athlete, right? So obviously,
Oval.
stud athlete, you're not square. But because you were stud athlete, right? You probably applied the peer pressure. You wasn't falling for it.
Yeah. Matter of fact, yeah.
And your peer pressure was probably positive.
And you know what? The next opportunity we get, man, I wouldn't bring. I mean, Adrian she can be a part of it. I'm gonna bring some of mine. I'll try to schedule it, man, where some guys I played with in high school, a guy I played with in college, guy I played with in semi-pro, and then a guy I played with in arena. Try to have it just be the guys. It really be a guy forum. And I would just let you mix it up, man, and I would take whatever hits. Because ironically, that spanned it over a few years, right? So each one of them are going to be able to give a subjective perspective on who I was, how I was seen at the time, probably give you some different stories, and maybe you can see the evolution. That may be a interesting story, or interesting show, I would say. And I think you would enjoy it, so we'll do that. I'm a little apprehensive about it, but for the people, I try to do it for the people. Then you would get to say, yeah, Butler, you were square.
But here's the thing though. So here's why I asked you that, and it's not a knock to you. I think squares are necessary. They're important. Like, I believe in balance, right?
Okay.
So my attitude was always like, the people I hang out with on Friday are not the same people I hang out with on Monday.
I'm gonna be honest. I operated in that same way.
Yeah. So
Like I had groups that didn't intertwine with each other, but I could maneuver between all of the different groups.
So like I was having this conversation with my sister the other day because I was telling her how the, like the father figure that I did not have in my own household growing up, I sought that at other people's houses. So when I found somebody who I'm like, this dude ain't perfect, but he on the straight and narrow. So like one of the stories I tell, I think I was telling you the other day, or maybe, but one of the stories I tell, one of my best friends, his name is Mike Payne, and we call him Mickey. Mike Payne. So we call him Mickey as kids, right? So me and MP, and we ended up doing music years later and stuff like that. But I met MP in the 3rd grade. And so MP was a real dope dude. He was square though, right? Like didn't get in no trouble, didn't hang out outside the house. He did only what his parents told him. You know what I'm saying? He walked the straight and narrow. He didn't play no games. You know what I'm saying? And like a dope square, you know what I'm saying? Like we had a lot of things in common, video games, stuff like that, television, what we watched, what we thought was funny.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, Oval. That's pretty funny. But one of the stories I tell is we were like maybe 12 or 13, and I used to walk to the Boys and Girls Club that was like 2.5 blocks from my house. And so I used to tell MP, like, man, ask your daddy if you can come to the Boys and Girls Club. And he would always be like, man, my daddy ain't gonna let me go. So one day.
So Clarence has parents, and they have a real nice marriage. So he was Clarence.
No, but his parents were separated, right? But they both had homes of structure. So he lived at home. He bounced back between both homes. He went to his mom and his dad, but it was like he was the kid who had everything. Like his father was a firefighter, and his dad's wife eventually was like somebody worked at the post office, and then his mom was like a bailiff, and his daddy was a cop, right? Or stepdad was a cop. So it was so much structure. And it was pretty much like, look, we know what's out here. You don't need to be out here.
Got you.
You know what I mean? We see it firsthand.
He's definitely, I was like, he's definitely on top.
But their parents his parents were very like loving, take you as you are people. So even though, everything I wasn't doing.
So they still let you bring all your trepidation to the yard.
For sure.
But man, you wasn't bad.
Well, never a bad person, but definitely has some bad habits for sure, right?
Yeah, so you got a bronze soul.
Bronze is hilarious. Bro, you are fun. I told you we like Claude and Ray. I didn't tell you this.
Oh man.
This is who we are. So but I'm like, yo, man, tell your dad, like, let us go, like, see if you can go to Boys and Girls Club. And he was like, man, my dad ain't gonna let me go. And so I can't remember if we were on 3-way or if I want to say we were on 3-way, but I was like, man, call your daddy. So he called his dad and he was like, Pops, can I go to the Boys and Girls Club? And his dad was like, no. And I jumped right in like, Mr. Payne. I'm like, if you don't let Mickey go, then I got to walk by myself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, look, I'll walk.
That's why they didn't want you around, because the hustler was going, I'm a hustler, baby.
Well, I'm just saying, my attitude, I'm like, listen, your son.
The son can't go.
I'm going to walk with him, right?
I can't go.
So I'm like,
I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead.
I'm gonna walk with him. So I'm like, look, I'm gonna come to the house. We're gonna walk together. We'll walk back, and then I'll walk home. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so he ain't never got to deal with walking by himself.
And he fell for the okie doke.
Well, he like, I basically tell him, like, if you don't let him go, then I got to go by myself. You know what I'm saying? So
the guilt trip. Okay.
And he was basically like, all right, 9 to 11. That's it. He got to come right back being. And I'm like, cool, bet. You know what I'm saying? But that got him out the house, and now we
Got
playing
you.
ball 3,
Got
4
you.
times a week in the morning instead of just sitting around during the summer. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But one of the dopest moments I'll never forget is I called Mickey house one day, and his daddy answered the phone, and his daddy real deep, real groggy voice, man, like super deep, like scare you if you ain't never met the man. You
Got
definitely,
you. Like
you know,
Darth Vader walked
bro,
in the
in
room.
real life, right?
Yeah.
And so I call his house, and I'm like, "Hello, is Mickey there?" And he goes, "Yup," and he hang the phone up, right? So I'm
The
like
dad.
puzzled. The dad, I'm puzzled.
So he say, "Yep," and
Yup,
hang the
hang
phone
the
up.
phone up. And so um, I'm puzzled. So I call right back, right? Mr. Payne, is Mickey there? He said, "Yup," and he hung the phone up again. And so when I called back a third time, I'm like, "Mr. Payne,
You
if
call
Mick,
back again?
of course, because, and I'm telling you, like I at this point in time, like I had spent the night by his house, all that type stuff, so I wasn't intimidated by him. You know what I mean?
Nah,
Like,
I ain't intimidating. I'm talking about you not reading between the lines. You're not
no, no, no,
collecting
no.
the context clues and
So,
accepting
so
the
let me
fact
ask you
that he.
this: what do you think the context clues was?
I don't want. You can't talk to. You can't talk to him.
Right. So I called back a third time, and I'm
Uh,
like, "Mr. Payne, if Mickey's home, why you keep hanging up in my face?" And he said, "Because when you call somebody house, you ask to speak to them. You don't ask if they home."
wow.
And he said, "Now, Mickey's home. Would you like to speak with him?" And I was like, "Yes, sir." And so then at that point in my life is when I started making the adjustment of when you call, you ask for people. You don't ask if they home, right? May I speak to such and such? Is such and such available? You know what I'm saying? But those are the small things that
Ah, Mr. Payne's picky. Yeah, he's splitting hairs.
well, but what I'm saying is, right? He
Cause
knows. I think he knows what my situation is. I think he
and he
knows
just
I
trying
don't.
to give you like
He
even
trying to give me a
outside of
little
his
game.
home, if you call anybody
Hey,
else, I can accept that.
you a good kid. Let me teach you something.
I got you. I'll
You know
take
what I'm
that.
saying?
Thank you.
So
Thank you, Mr. Payne.
for sure. And so, I had a white homeboy, John Pirro. They was Italian. Um, and his dad was real broken English, but his dad was the same way. You know what I'm saying? If he could shoot me a jewel and have a quick conversation with me, he'd have a quick conversation with me about stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I always sought that, and I didn't realize that that's what I was doing. But I always sought that. I always looked for, um, you know,
Structure, leadership,
or just
male,
black males who I felt like
who could
if
pour
I
into you.
if right if I just tell you like, man, I
You
don't
know
want nothing
what,
from
man?
you.
What? Because you know what, just for the sake of conversation, definitely dive in anybody who's this. Let me read the comment. Ryan said, "Well, first we got to go back to this because I can't miss it. Your lifestyle is said triangle, maybe."
So you called yourself an oval to go
She
because you
said,
got an
"No, I'm a
oval soul,
triangle, maybe."
right? Right.
I like triangle. Triangle has some real spiritual and significant aspects to it. So yeah, I was definitely not typical in any way. You know what I mean? Yeah, I just had to take that moment. Anyway, don't do that. Don't do me like that, bro. Come on, man. Just let me stall me out. That face, that face. Mr. Ryan McCarthy says, I was always the designated driver as well. Had to make sure everyone in my circle was safe and didn't get in trouble. Yeah, that was definitely my stilo. But this to show you why it was a triangle and no square. Because I would go, I was the one that drove, I'm the sensible one. But then we get up and something happened, and I'll talk crazy to the bouncer, and the bouncer call the police, and the police come and they want to harass me and take me to jail. And then they have to come bail me out.
Yo, when I
So
worked at
it
when
was
I
like it was a double-edged sword, man, in that way. You know what I mean?
when I ran Texture, we had this bouncer named Jim Cool, and Jim Cool was a swole dude. He ain't drink either.
You say coop or coup?
Jim Cool,
Coup.
like Jim Cool. I don't know how to spell it. I
Yeah,
don't
go
even
ahead.
know.
No,
It's
no,
two
never
different,
mind.
like Jim
Yeah,
Cool.
I got it, man. I don't want to use up the time. We got 10
But
minutes left. Go ahead.
but bro, Jim Cool was like the dude where people always got tough till they realized it was Jim Cool. Every time, every single time. And Jim Cool was the dude who was like, I'm looking for it. Like I wish they would. I wish they would get tough. He said, because I ain't had nothing to drink.
I know,
So
and it's so
and
easy.
he like
It's
so ain't
not
none of this.
always, because some of them don't have no pain, and if they, it
Well,
depends on the level of
it
drunkenness.
was only one night. It was one night in particular where like we saw Jim Cool and we saw a dude and we was like, oh, it's finna go down.
Because the dude wasn't drunk either,
Well, I don't know. I just know the dude wasn't backing down and he was huge. And
and
you
he
could
was
tell
okay.
Jim
It looked
Cool
like
was
it was
like,
gonna be some juice. Like, I
man,
got
Jim
you.
Cool folded that boy up so fast. Bow, like a suitcase. Fold that boy up instantly. You hear me? On the ground like a UFC fight. And that's the thing, right? Like when you realize some
It's
of these
funny, man. It be the
dudes,
ones you least expect, and I'm just speaking from someone who actually, you know,
see, I watch a lot of UFC, man. So my whole thing is I see some of these dudes at 126 and 145 and 165. And I've always been a dude like, well, you know, if you bigger than somebody, but when
not
you start
always.
right, when you start to see
Not
like some of these people fight, that's what they do. And
now
they
that you have to. It depends on what kind of fight you having, what kind of fighting
excuse me.
skills they're having. Now, you know, if you're bigger and stronger than someone, and you get your hands on them in a certain particular way, that used to be like significant.
Right.
But the difficulty is now with MMA and the grappling, and they've really evolved in how you move and you use a person's weight and size. And I don't care how big you are, if you can't breathe, you can't fight. So somebody can get you in a headlock, certain type of holds. You're gonna be like, I don't want this dislocated, I don't want this broken. Yes, I chill and I stop. But you know, I think it's much I'd rather be. I like being bigger than other individuals, stronger than other individuals, which is the key. Not only size but strength, and but I always wanted to be more agile and more athletic than anybody I ran into. Because you got
But
to.
I'm just saying that some of these dudes who don't look like they can handle themselves will fold you up.
They will. Like I'm gonna tell. I ain't never admitted this, man. I had a hold of one cat, and I was like, it is not going to. It is not an easy win. Like it just I didn't stop it immediately. Like I really had to put some true effort in and use my mind in the moment. But it got stopped suddenly because the young bull I had with me working with me.
Okay.
Man, that cat did some old roadhouse mess, man. That grabbed two dudes and just shoved them out the double doors, and it blew the double doors open. Everybody it chunked them into the onto the porch area, man. It really was like a movie scene. And it was so loud and unexpected. Everybody just stopped. And me and this cat is locked up, and we stop and look. And that gave me a chance to talk. I said, man, what are you doing? Calm down. Chill. And so he did. And then we got everything back in order. But in that moment, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to like do something to hurt him, because he's displaying that he has enough. He got enough gusto and go to he got enough gusto and go to like get with me. I couldn't have that. Couldn't have it at all.
I know. I was just gonna say, I it's crazy to me, man, because I feel like people, and I know that it's not fair. Like I know that people seeing you on camera, like it's not the same as seeing you in person. I feel like I'm a big dude, right? And you are ginormous in comparison to me, right? Like, no, for real. I mean that. Like,
Nah.
you are Sasquatch. So in being Sasquatch, it humors me.
I am not
You are,
Sasquatch.
You are Sasquatch though. You are you.
If there's
you're
anybody in the if there's anybody in the comment section or anybody watching that knows me or see me physically, am I or am I not Sasquatch big?
Here's what I would say. If you known Butler and you seen Butler and you bigger than Butler, I dare you to say something in the comments because I know
You already know it ain't gonna be nobody in the comments.
that's my point. That's my point though. That's why you are Sasquatch.
Does taller count?
Like you remind me of I had a homie named Big Homie. He was Big Homie because he was bigger than everybody.
But that could be easy. You could be, if everybody around you 150 and you 200, then you the big homie.
Nah, but Big Homie was like 6'5", 350, 360.
I'm not 6'5", 350.
But you are what, 6'3", 320, 315.
Now, so tell me, what do you think my dimensions are?
I just told you. I think you like 6'3", probably like 315. What are you? What are you right now?
I'm like 345.
So you 3, and how tall are you?
I'm about 6'2".
So you a real 6'2". Like I'm a driver's license 6'2", right? Like like it say 6'2" on my driver's license, and I'm 6'2", and ain't nobody 6'2".
I think that I'm 6'2", 6'3", depending on the shoe I got on.
Yeah, but you a real 6'3" though. Like you a real 6'2", like you a real 6'2". I'm not a real 6'2". I'm a driver's license 6'2". Like I'm 6'2" at the doctor. Like I'm not. My mug shot don't say I'm 6'2".
Your mug shot don't say that.
But well, you know that's legit.
How tall are you on the mug shot?
I'm probably like 6 feet, 6 feet and a half.
That's what I'm
saying. Real, you like for real, because you know basketball players, we all lie, but we all gotta. We take 1-2 inches. We gotta, you know, we do our stuff with our shoes on.
Oh, hold on.
Uh-oh. I just seen it. Go ahead. I just seen it.
Your lifestyle says, your lifestyle says silverback.
First of
not
all,
Sasquatch.
Okay, what they say, don't be
Thank you, your lifestylist.
Jangalang, don't be over here pitching war on the job.
No, right? Let me tell you something. Hey, y'all go to your lifestylist YouTube page. Man, they are a lifestylist. So I'm gonna give them their props, man. Somebody I value their insight and different perspective on things. Why Knox always trying to take things to an unprofessional.
I'm messy. Like come on, we know.
Hey, and Knox has said this I'm gonna say this to our viewers and get this on record. He says, if it's not true, I have what they call it?
Autonomy.
Yeah, he has free reign to say it.
Coq blanche.
Coq blanche.
Coq blanche. Coq blanche. I can say it. Listen, if it's not true, I can say it. I truly believe this. And this is where it comes from. Like, I'm not the
No, you're not. That was good. I appreciate the shout out.
Listen,
your lifestylist.
All I'm saying,
or the recovery that's why I was just like, no, let's adjust it now. Let's get it right.
Yeah,
and I am so the silverback.
No, you are a silverback.
My franchise, that is the mascot of my fantasy football team, Silverback. When I was in my little stint, I'm gonna say a little vacation under civil rulings. That
you mean when you
in there
college,
I was called
when you went to college. It was called
it was called Silverback Records. This it was a cat in there, you know, doing the freestyle or whatnot. That dude say, man, bro, you man, you need to record. You need to, man, this Silverback Records. So
back records.
and I've done and I like that. Like in college, cats would call me the Beast because they was, you know, because like, man,
because you Sasquatch. I just said it.
Hold on. Let me finish my statement. No. You be trying to throw a little oil in my water, but I ain't gonna let you.
Never.
Yes,
never.
It is.
I operate from a place of love, Butler. I don't got nothing. I got nothing but love for you. That's why I can talk so greasy, because at the core is love. Now, all the rest of the stuff
they used to call me the Beast from the X-Men because I would act like that on the field.
Which one was the Beast? Was that the Rock one?
No, that he was the professor. He would turn into the Beast, the blue guy.
Okay. I wasn't.
And actually, my roommate, he was a running back, man. Adrian Irvin. Shout out to him, man. Bless his heart, man. He was such a good running back, man. But when you got a Doak Walker winner in front of you, and then, you know, he got Jesus blocking.
Is the Doak Walker the best running back in the country?
Yeah. It's just in the country. Yeah.
That's listen, man. Like, to me, the fact that listen, like.
No, I want to get this statement, but
go
then
ahead, my bad,
when we had a conversation,
the real
and
6'3",
in conversation in circles, I would speak because I'm the intellect, and that's all these names have been given to me. Everybody thinks I come up with this stuff, but it's been given to me, and so. Like right now, y'all kind of talking to Butler. I can't help but be the intellect a little bit. That's just me. But Knox makes me get a little, because Knox did have me on here all, you know, I ain't gonna say out my character. He has me in my other bag. Because we all have different facets and faces of ourselves. From a personality mindset standpoint, people just don't get it.
You know
what? About that, they need to come to perspective or holler at me at Brazilian University.
See, this is what it is.
At gmail.com.
When Butler is on perspective, right? He is golden soul Butler. We running with this golden soul thing. So
gotta go soul.
Now, hey, let your soul glow. You know what I'm saying? Let your soul glow with that golden soul. You know
Bro, my sciatica, stop.
I'm gonna get you a Soul Glow shirt. I'm gonna find one.
I can't do it.
Yeah, it's gonna have.
I got the golden arcs on my heart.
It's gonna be a 3X shirt with
man, let's see if we get sued by Eddie Murphy or something.
Listen to what I'm saying to you though.
You're welcome.
I'm like the cousin. Like, you ever seen Roscoe Jenkins? I'm like Mike Epps and Roscoe Jenkins. Like, I'm the cousin that's like Sco. Who you ain't gonna front on is me.
You know what I'm saying? He gonna get you.
Listen,
he gonna get you.
Don't front on me. The same, you know, you ain't never too old to outgrow the bad habits we have instilled in you. You know what I'm saying? So no, you cannot grow up and prosper in front of not allowing it.
So I can't. So you talking about when we get on Is It Wednesday Yet? They all get the golden soul Butler.
No, I'm saying in general in life, like this is just how we operate.
Yeah, yeah. That's a fact. Like it is definitely a yin and yang situation, but it causes for great conversation. I like it. I like it into generating new two new neurological pathways. I think in both of our minds. Now he's a little bit more obtuse when it comes to that. He is not finna be. If Knox like, I don't see it, I don't believe it, it ain't. I'm a little bit more open to try to even contemplate and accept someone else's perspective and view on a thing. And I'll think through it. Now, don't be upset when I think through it and I'm like, yeah, that's still trash. You know what I mean? See, I can't download it, and I will not be downloading it.
I'm the guy who knows, right? Like I know no matter how mad you get, you gonna break everything but me. Right? So
I'm not gonna break anything, man. Why you putting this? Why are you putting this false narrative that I break things?
Because people don't see you. They don't see you erupt on me when you erupt on me, so they don't know.
Bro, I am expressive. I talk with my hand. Everybody watched all night. I've been moving the whole time. I speak with my hands.
But what I'm saying is,
I'm just that type.
Like people haven't seen me.
I don't want people thinking that I would tear things up, brother.
No,
I mean, I'm capable.
What I'm saying is, right?
But I choose not to.
But what I'm saying is, right? Like, if people don't know you, they're gonna automatically be a little bit apprehensive.
And I take that. That's cool.
Right.
I like
what I'm saying is,
and I like it
as your adopted brother. What I'm saying is, I have figured out that you gonna break everything but me. So I could get the stick and I can poke the bear and then go, all right, it's obviously time for me to go because he really upset now and he really, might really hurt somebody. So it's time to go. But I say that to say you have an enormous amount of patience, right? You do approach things with an open mind. And I think that what really makes our jargon so interesting is a lot of times we don't always take the most popular approach.
We do not.
You know what I mean?
Definitely stay true to ourselves in the conversation. I appreciate that about you. It's like you my partner, we cool, you my bro. Now, if I disagree, we're gonna disagree.
We're gonna disagree, and we're gonna disagree all the way to whatever that looks like. Like we
will hunt far and wide for okay, let's try to find a common ground. And if it ain't, I'm like, well, I'm over here. Throw the rope, whatever. We got to figure out something because we're just not going to.
It's like at some point,
nobody's just gonna bait just to bait. Now you better come with it. Come with your information. I definitely need to understand why you think that way. I'm going to dig into what has happened. How come your stance is so strong on that thing? We'll do it. I think it makes for interesting conversation.
Full circle, right? There's a lot of Trump Biden going on over here. Like there's a lot of one person could say something and the other person could be like, what?
Listen. Now, I don't know. That's not a safe statement to make because I'm going to tell you. I'm going to say it just like this. And excuse me for anyone this offends.
Here we go.
I am not like either one of those motherfuckers. And I wanted to say that word. So forgive me.
Don't be disrespecting one of your future presidents like that.
Man, they can kiss. Man, they don't give a damn about me.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you what's
damn about me. And to be most honest, they really don't care about the ones that I care about. They do not care about the things that I care about, and they're damn sure ain't finna do nothing about the things that impact me and affect me and those that I love on an everyday basis. So why the hell would I give a damn about what they think?
I will say this: I think 100 years from now, in the history books, Trump is gonna be top 5 presidents ever.
Say you just want to.
No. Listen, I'm not
listening.
Listen, what I'm saying.
See, you want to give him a demonstration. I know what you're doing. You just want to give him a demonstration.
I'm being for real. I'm saying how history is gonna paint this guy. Man, I'm telling you.
His story, in his story. But now we got too many cell phones, too many documentations. We still got too many.
Bro, I'm telling you, the way that education's gonna be
and the truth always come out, bro.
Listen, the truth ain't been coming out. They've been teaching the same history. The same history you was getting taught. They still getting taught.
Anything done in the dark gonna come to the light, one way or the other. We may not be there to see it. We don't know how it will, but it will. That's it. That's all of it. That's all of it. As old boy did on with them records. CJ, what's going on? Plays by CJ. What's happening?
He's gonna be the George Washington of 2020.
Shut up, man. He's not.
He's gonna be the George.
It's not possible. It's not.
I'm telling you, bro.
George Washington ain't even the George Washington.
Know what else was not possible? Trump becoming the president.
You know what? You're right. You just made a valid damn point. God, and that's another point I want to make about me and this cat. if you come with some information that carries some facts, and well, I ain't even say that. No, we'll own up. We'll own up if we, we'll
Yeah,
own up to stuff too.
yeah,
I
for
like that
sure,
about it. That's
for
why I was
sure.
cool with him, because he'll be like, he might try to tell me, but he'll be like, yeah, okay, based on that, yes. And
Yeah,
I can deal with you.
because one thing that one thing I will never do is I'll never be Skip Bayless over here, right? Like I can't sit over here for real.
Hold on, to your point. The end of the bench media said he will be top 5 in whose opinion?
This is what I'm saying to you, right? The Mount Rushmore is not the best presidents ever. It's the first 4 to get up
Man,
there.
the Mount
right?
Rushmore is whoever had the money to pay for it. They got to decide who the hell faces will go up there.
And what I'm saying is
everything we deal with, I ain't have nothing to do with the rules, the laws, the structure.
Listen to
none
what
of
I'm
this.
saying. I'm saying that he is vain enough to make sure that he is looked at a certain way when it comes to history.
Okay,
I'm
so
telling
this makes me. So when you learned about the Mount Rushmore, you thought those were the top 5 presidents.
I think as black people,
is it 5 presidents? It's 5 presidents.
it's 4. It's 4
presidents and somebody else.
No,
But
it's 4 presidents on Mount Rushmore.
Okay, 4 presidents.
It's like Washington, Lincoln. What's Buddy name? Oh my God,
Thomas, Jeff. No, it's somebody else up there. I don't. So that right there helps me highlight my question. So you always thought that Mount Rushmore was a representation of the best of top presidents in the United States?
Isn't that what it's there for?
Man, no, I've never looked at it that way.
Really?
Even as a kid, when we had to study it and learned about it, I was just like, I don't care nothing about. So I'm gonna be honest with y'all. At that time, there's some people that my people are people who think like me, are on my wavelength. We have the same interests, values, and principles in line.
Hey,
so it has nothing to do about.
I'm about to prove you wrong right now. You ready? Whenever we talk about the greats of anything, what do we call it? The Mount Rushmore. Tell me we don't. Who's the Mount Rushmore hip hop? Who's the Mount Rushmore basketball? Who's your Mount Rushmore in football?
There you go with these.
Ain't that what we do?
Subjective.
That's what we do.
I don't accept it, and you can't make me. I'm telling you what I always thought. Now I understand about using that in reference to something, but does that actually make it something? And the answer is unequivocally hell to the no to Butler. I said it, I meant it. So, listen, Ryan McCarthy, he always, man, come on, man. Our viewers, bro, they be coming with the facts.
Ryan,
we ain't got to look up nothing.
The Mount Rushmore represent the top
Jefferson.
4.
I knew I said that. Teddy Roosevelt. Okay.
McCarthy don't listen. I'm just asking y'all. When we say Mount Rushmore, aren't we speaking of the top 4, right?
We're speaking of the top of whatever that category of that thing is.
When we say the Mount Rushmore of comics,
dancing, entertainment, anything.
Right. So what I'm saying is, anytime we say Mount Rushmore, we're talking about the best.
I cannot.
But that doesn't apply to the actual Mount Rushmore.
It doesn't mean that just because we refer to that makes them really the best, is what I'm saying.
I'm saying that we use that reference to represent you.
I agree.
What just happened? I think you malfunctioned.
No, I said I agree.
I know. That's why I said I think you malfunctioned.
I agree to that point. But you know what I'm saying. You're not finna try to, bro. Get the knife away from the bread. You're not finna try to spread. You're not finna try to spread this all over the place. I made my statement clear. Just because we use that as a euphemism to describe the people that we identify when you're listing your top individuals within any given space, activity, or a place.
Okay.
That doesn't mean the original thing that we're talking about literally makes them the best, is what I'm saying. I never looked at them that way. But for sake of operating in the game in which that I'm in, people use that to reference that, I'll go along with that. So for context and understanding, what you're not going to do is make me say, yeah, if somebody references, if they reference you as the Mount Rushmore, or they say you were the best, then that solidifies you as the best.
Who would be your Mount Rushmore president? Could you
Well,
get
you're not
4?
gonna play. Yeah, you're
No,
not. Finna
I'm
I
dead
think
serious.
no. I think
Could
it's a
you-
trick question,
Could
and
you
I
get 4?
refuse. I refuse. Huh?
Could you get 4?
No, because I hate every. There's not one.
Not
There's
e-
not one.
No,
'Cause
not even Obama.
No.
Hey man, you might be the first person who was like throw all of the presidents away. Listen,
All of them.
I'm only asking you to pick 4.
All. No, I got one. I got one. I got one.
You Mount Rushmore. We need 4.
My Mount Rushmore is one.
No.
It is Jimmy Carter.
We need 4.
I just told you. You
Jimmy
can't make
Carter. Who else?
Jimmy Carter.
We need 3. It's
Jimmy
Mount
Carter, Jimmy Carter, Jim Carter, Jay Carter, and Carter Carter.
I'm surprised you didn't name Sean Carter. I was waiting for it.
Hell, right? Come on, bro. Watch out. You was gonna say Sean Combs, wasn't you? Look at you. The end of the bench, he was saying Lincoln saved the Union. He
Hey,
did.
man, Lincoln died at work, man. If
Facts.
you die at work, that should automatically get you in.
Hey, I would put Lincoln up there, man. I'll put him up there.
Okay, so 1, Lincoln.
I would put him up there.
Who
And I'm
else?
gonna tell you why, because Lincoln was black.
Okay, who else? That's it.
And he tried. He had
Is
to
that
play
the only
game.
qualification
Nah,
you need?
man,
'Cause
take
the other
man,
dude was black.
I'm
and
gonna
you
be
said
honest.
he
Take
didn't
his
make it.
tail down too, because he was talking about, yeah, we can free him, but they are definitely, but the power status definitely needs to stay with the white man. Black people are definitely not on our level, and your mama. That's how I feel about it.
So I can't get 4 out of you.
Man, I just gave you my 4, and you don't want to
What
accept it.
about
That's
vice
where our
president?
problems start.
What about
I
vice
give you an
president?
answer, and you be like,
Can you name 4
Nah,
vice
you
presidents you rock with?
what's your Mount Rushmore?
Can you name 4 vice presidents?
Hold on. Man. The end of the bench, man, he coming through making like real points and shit. You know what I'm saying? Now I gotta acknowledge it. The creation of the country was George Washington, so he got to give him his props. And we're gonna start at the beginning because I can't just shadow over his contributions. He said Mount Rushmore are 4 presidents that prevailed in seminal moments in U.S. history. He says the creation of the country, George Washington. He says Lincoln saved the Union, and that is a fact. Written. I ain't gonna say that's a fact, but that's what's in the books. Jefferson wrote the Constitution. Man, some black person wrote that Constitution in the back, and he was just like, thank you. And then they all went and signed it. And it was a black man that did assist in the creation of the Constitution. Now that's the truth. But
he ain't on Mount Rushmore though.
Thomas Jefferson?
No, the brother who helped out.
No, he not.
We don't even know who that is. He just brother who helped out.
Yeah, I think he did more than helped out because we always more than helped out. When did we just help out? We don't do the bulk of the work. When did that ever happen?
Hey man, listen, I don't make the rules.
No, I just asked a question.
Listen,
I saw those points. I saw those points from the end of the bench medium. Play CJ said, man, I don't know. I got Lincoln, Obama, Washington, and Jefferson in my top 4. Okay.
I don't know if I can put anybody who had slaves on Mount Rushmore.
That's what I'm doing. So he said Roosevelt helped expand the country as we know it today. Talking about no, he's not talking about manifesto. He talking about the I think he instituted where we were building roads, railroads, the highways, and expanded in that way. If I'm not mistaken.
Wait, which Roosevelt? Is it Franklin or Teddy? Which Roosevelt is on Mount Rushmore?
Teddy.
I thought, but Franklin had 3 terms, right? How Franklin not on Mount Rushmore?
Because Franklin, his wife, she ran the country.
Franklin is the only president to have 3 terms.
I don't
How
know.
he not on Mount Rushmore? How he not?
Because
One
his
of the
wife
GOATs?
did all the work, bro. They knew it,
How he not one of the goats though? 3 times.
bro.
Like if you the 3-time champion, ain't nobody else ever been the 3-time
Do
champion.
you
Don't
think
that
being a
mean so?
president is that you equate that to being a champion?
Bro, as far as politics, yes. Like you are the champion for 4 years, undisputed.
No.
Even if
'Cause
you don't do nothing.
how do you become the champion?
What do you mean? You are the
I
president.
just asked you. What do you mean? What I mean? I asked you a question. How do you become the
You the
champion?
president. It's, you.
How do you
It's not
become
like
the
somebody can
president?
take
Okay,
that from you.
we're talking about the presidency. How do you become the champion?
Okay. H-Rap said because Franklin was elected after the monument was created. See, that's why I need smart people in my life.
Your lifestyle says only old people say that. They are the Mount Rushmore of.
First of all, that how you laughing? You just was a part of that.
I
You
just,
laughing at yourself.
bro.
We just had a show
I
where
see
we
what you
did the
try to
Mount
do there.
Rushmore
It's
of
not going to
R&B
stick.
and
It's
rap.
not going to stick.
But we did it though.
No,
And
it's not going to stick.
you was the oldest
It's
person on
not
the show
going.
when we did it.
Who listen?
See
They
what
know
I'm
that
saying?
I just that you brought that up, man. I ain't
There you
used that
go.
term.
There you
Come
go.
on. Now there you go.
Respect
there
your
you go.
respect your elders.
Plays plays by CJ said, Eric, who in your top 4? Man, I'm in my top 4. Damn it. I don't fool with them, man.
See, this is why this is why Butler couldn't be in
Hey
everybody's
man, Jimmy
group in high
Carter,
school.
Jimmy Carter.
You need 3 more.
Jimmy Carter. Man.
We need 3 more.
Y'all can't make me. You can't make me. Now, how about that? Eat that. He say, what would be Trump's major accomplishment? See, he want to have a real conversation with you.
No. Listen, what I want y'all to understand. See, what I need y'all to understand is I'm not saying this because this is what I believe. I'm meaning that I believe Trump is the greatest president. What I'm saying is
it will be written and recorded
100 years from now. They're gonna talk about Trump like Michael Jordan, like 34 felonies and still got reelected.
That's something that.
That's what I'm saying.
Bro,
like
do not mention Michael Jordan with Donald Trump again.
Why? Michael Jordan is the one who said Republicans buy shoes.
Yeah, but then again, God dang, Mike be, in his old age, he didn't really not get. No, he ain't never gave it down. Anyway, he still was the greatest basketball player though. I don't care. H-Rap, my bad. And you know what? I thought so, H-Rap. I just didn't want to make the mistake, man. I didn't. Yeah, that brother there, man, is a steel trap. He gonna bring it to you funky and real. H-Rap, we're gonna have you on the show, man. We're gonna have you on the show.
We're gonna have to wrap this thing up, brother.
I know we at that place, but we gonna get our comments from our viewers, man.
I just wanted to let you know.
Yeah, I've been watching it. I promise. Plays by CJ said, "Nah, Eric, you tweaking on that, man. Respectfully, you my guy. Much love. I'm with it, man. H-Rap says, with the end of the bench media says, because Franklin was elected after the monument was created. And Plays by CJ said, that's a flex, okay?
No cap. It is 34 felonies and I got reelected. I'm telling you, wait till 100 years from now that when they show that debate.
And this is our first time of witnessing somebody really saying, you know what? No, man, I'm not leaving. And we finna take this over, and really got people to try to overthrow the government, bro. It's that evil, man. I was just like, the set of balls on that one. You know what I mean?
It ain't even that, bro. It's not. It's just it's being oblivious. It's like
who's being oblivious?
Trump is oblivious to what.
I don't think he's oblivious at all. I think he sees it and he plays it to a hilt. He is the consummate example of what I would say. I don't want he is the ultimate combination of white privilege, white wealth, cognitive dissonance, and I forget the term. It is what is it? It's it's a bias. I think I want to say cognitive bias as well. He is the perfect cocktail of what that creates. Like the rules, he truly and intrinsically believes the rules or any rules that have been set do not apply to him. And that's
No,
just
listen,
real.
I don't but this is what I'm saying though, right? Like I know this
He said, "Who
is
was black?" Princess said, "Who was black? Lincoln."
Link, yeah, because you said Lincoln was black.
He was.
So here's my thing. Donald Trump reminds me of what I be watching when I be watching the Donald Sterling show, right? And this is what I mean
He
by
felt
that.
like the rules don't apply to him.
But this is what I'm saying, right? Like at some point you just become too old to do certain things because your logic is not the same as everybody else's logic, right?
Social
So
cues, social
like
acceptances,
what
the
I'm saying is
time, the
having a
generations have gone and they can't vibe within that. The majority and they become the minority as far as like generationally. Is that what you're
I'm just
saying?
saying, like, if you have a side piece of 60 and 70 and 80, the rules are changing
Every year. That's we're saying the same
every
thing.
10 years, right? The side piece
We're saying the
rules are
same thing.
changing
Yeah. I get it.
and you're not adapting.
And you feel like he is operating like it's 1999.
I think
Boom,
I think
boom, boom.
I think he's had autonomy because he's always made sure he's the big guy in his circle, right? He's always been in a position where he's around yes people. He involves himself with people who are going to tell him what he wants to hear,
Well,
not what he needs to
we
hear, right?
created that, man, because
No, but
now, this is what I'm gonna interject with. Our political system is completely built with people just lying. Tell us what we want to hear. Tell us what you will do. That at the time, what will make people give me the vote, and then you just do whatever the hell you want to. Him just coming out being honest, saying that they think, oh, this is a breath of fresh air. No, man, but yes, being told the truth and just being told the truth is so good that they not listening to what he's saying and how it can negatively impact you ultimately. And it's like a bunch of kids that don't really
I
want to
just
pay
I
attention
just
to the
I,
real threat.
I think it's unfortunate, but I think Trump is refreshing because he's relatable.
Nah, I think it's a trick. It's a trick of the mind
Nah, man, I'm
because
telling you,
I don't relate to him. I
what I,
don't.
he's more. What I'm saying is there are more people in the world that think like him than think like Biden, or
I, I
especially in America.
I don't think we can make an accurate comment on that because we don't get to see many people.
No, I think we can. I think we can based on what's around us and how the world has adjusted and what it's turned into.
Now,
Right?
usually
He
people
he won a he won a debate
he won the debate,
that
man. But
he didn't practice for. For
I
sure, he didn't practice.
no that I'm not no what I see this we're going to get into this, but we got to go. But here, the end of the
He
bench media
won
said,
the debate against the guy who is currently
"I hear you.
president.
I'm not disputing it. I'm not disputing it." H Rap said that's not because of what he did. That's because of lack of engagement, not because of his prowess as a leader. If people allow him to be elected, our people won't be around to witness history here. I get it because we don't go out and do what we do. We be like we've been lulled into a let somebody else do it. The end of the bench media says you're speaking of implicit bias. Implicit bias. Um, yeah, that
Hey,
fits.
it's
That fits.
59, Butler. We got to get up out of here.
Is it? Oh yeah, my clock is different, man. I'm back. Um, it says the guy reads right out of Adolf Hitler's book Mein Kampf. If you know what that is, have a great night, gentlemen. Happy Independence Day. Same to you, Ryan. Um, Plays by CJ said no cap, Scott. The moment he started hand handing them stymies,
them stimmies, stimulus checks.
Them stimmies during COVID. He earned our our vote for the next term. He said, "I see that coming." And then the credit lady says Clinton had a side piece, but still made sure the budget was balanced. The U.S. had all their allies, gas prices were low, and jobs were in abundance. He cared about others. Does Trump? And on that note, I think we can close the show. Hey, thank you. Hey, like, share, subscribe, hit the heart button if there was anything that made you laugh or made you feel good. We appreciate it. We'll be back next week on Wednesday. Anything that you want us to talk about that interests you, let us know. Knox, you can go to Knox's page, go to Scotty at Scotty Knox on Instagram, on Facebook, I believe, right, Knox?
Everywhere.
On Instagram, you can go to Adrian Shawan on Instagram. You can go to Cullinen8, Kullinanan 8 on Instagram and contact me, or you can go to our Facebook page. I think Knox will have to, Knox, you manage that, don't you, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, hey, with that being said, we thank y'all. We love y'all. And we'll see y'all next week.
See everybody talking like they doing what we doing, but these brothers is rare and they ain't moving like we moving. And everywhere we go, when we walking, women choosing. Don't hate, it's alright. So don't hate, it's alright. So don't hate.